Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another video here. I jumped the line a little bit. Oops. Well, it doesn't matter. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Welcome to the next video here of Week 16 NFL recap and Week 17 picks. So, hope everybody is doing well. Merry Christmas Eve because it is December 24th, and we do have games that are on the schedule for tomorrow on Christmas. I mean, not too thrilled about that, about the fact, with games being on Christmas, but I guess they decided to do that, just, let the players, basically be with their family and then come over and, and play their games. But I still think they should be on like either Thursday and Sunday and stuff. But that. That's pretty much what they decided to go with. So hope everybody's doing well and hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas Eve. Let's get into this and we'll go over the NFL games from Week 16. We had some pretty good games that went down, and we probably had some, that weren't so good. Like a lot of you probably just weren't thrilled with the outcome, or some of you probably thought your team could have played a little better or whatever. So let's get into this. So we've got Week 16 that we went over, and if you remember the video from last week, what I did? Well, actually, it wasn't really that long ago because of the fact that we have football again. And I think I did mine on Wednesday, and this one is on Tuesday. So as we have football, that's coming up on Wednesday on Christmas. So anyway, the Chargers wound up beating the Broncos by the final score 34-27, and I'm pretty sure that I went with the Chargers in that one. And as the standings are looking like for the playoffs and stuff. The playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? Don't talk about playoffs. I'm just lucky we can win a game. I just saw that video recently and I laughed my butt off. I mean, that was pretty funny. So as the AFC is looking, the Chiefs still on top at 14-1, and we've only got 2 games left. We got these and then the ones that are the next week or whatever. The Buffalo Bills being at number 2, the Steelers at 3, the Texans at the 4 seed, and the Ravens at the 5 seed. We also do have the Chargers at 9-6 and the Denver Broncos at 9-6 as well. The Colts are at 7-8, same with the Dolphins, and the Cincinnati Bengals also at 7-8, and that's about it. The rest of the teams below that are eliminated, the Jets, Browns, Jaguars, Titans, Raiders, and Patriots, they're pretty much just like who's going to get the first pick in the NFL draft. As it's looking right now, it looks like it's going to be the Giants. They've only got 2 victories, and the other teams have 3. So the rest of the teams for the NFC, the Lions on top at the number 1 seed, then the Eagles at number 2, the Rams, then the Falcons at 8-7, which is a little surprising. I haven't seen them play this good since they had Matt Ryan. I don't think he's really playing anymore. The Minnesota Vikings at 13-2, and the Green Bay Packers at 11-4. The Redskins or Commanders, I still prefer to call them Redskins. I think it's more appropriate. The Buccaneers at 8-7, and the Seahawks at 8-7. And the Dallas Cowboys have just been eliminated because the other day, I think it was either Sunday or Monday, I think it was Sunday, they announced that the Cowboys have been eliminated from playoff contention. Of course, a lot of people on Facebook always put laughing faces or whatever because, a lot of times the Cowboys used to be a really dominant team, like when they had Troy Aikman and they had Tony Romo, and of course back in the day, like Roger Staubach. Yeah. They've always had them games like with the Steelers and the Super Bowls as well too. But it is a shame for them. I do like the Cowboys. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of them. The Arizona Cardinals are also eliminated. Same with the 49ers, who were just eliminated, I think it was Monday, or I'm pretty sure it was Sunday, actually. Yeah, it was. The New Orleans Saints eliminated the Bears, the Panthers, and the Giants. All right. Now for the rest of the games that we had. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers by a final score of 34-17. And for those that actually picked the Steelers over the Ravens and think that the Steelers were going to upset them, I'm just going to say, ho, ho, ho. And that is a very good victory, for them. I mean, we definitely played really, really good. Marlon Humphrey had a pick six. He returned it for a touchdown, and he taunted the team, which I think was really cool because I'm sorry, sorry, not sorry. The Pittsburgh Steelers are an overrated team. They're terrible. They're disrespectful. I mean, I know they've done some things, to be respectful and stuff, but I do not like them anymore. I used to like them when Ben Roethlisberger was on there and he was all right, but then he got a little bit cocky and stuff. I mean, they're always like that. I mean, I wish the Steelers would get eliminated, but unfortunately they have clinched a playoff berth, and same with us. But right now the Ravens are looking to finish first place, even though they probably weren't the favorite to finish in first place. So they pretty much would need a win and then Pittsburgh to lose tomorrow, and probably the same situation with the last game for Week 18. Pretty much that's about it. But yep. So very happy. The Ravens won that. Not so happy about this one. The Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Houston Texans by a final score of 27-19. And yes, I did pick the Ravens over the Steelers, but I think I picked the Texans over the Chiefs. Yeah. So that, of course, did not work out. The Rams beat the Jets 19-9. I think I picked the Jets. I can't remember, actually, but the Eagles lost to the Commanders on a last-minute touchdown by the Commanders, which was a really, really awesome game. I saw that, and I was glad the Commanders won, even though I picked the Eagles, but still was a really good game. The Falcons beat the Giants 34-7. I picked the Falcons. The Panthers beat the Cardinals in overtime, 36-30 on a touchdown that pretty much ended the game. I think I picked the Cardinals, though. The Bengals beat the Browns 24-6. I definitely picked the Bengals. The Colts beat the Titans 38-30. Even though Joe Flacco did not start the game, it was still Anthony Richardson, and he actually did all right. But Jonathan Taylor had 218 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good for that guy. And that still gave him the win and keeping their playoff chances. They're looking pretty good. The Lions beat the Bears, 34-17. I picked the Lions. The Vikings beat the Seahawks 27-24 on another last minute touchdown. And some of these scores, I think I said some of them were going to be pretty close because they won this 27-24. Once again, picked the Vikings over the Seahawks. The Bills beat the Patriots in a close game, 24-21. I was watching it, and I thought for sure, the Patriots are going to make it a little bit interesting, but Bills came out on top still. The Raiders beat the Jaguars 19-14. I'm pretty sure that I picked the Raiders. The 49ers lost to the Dolphins 29-17. I picked Dolphins to win. Their playoff chances are not looking all that great. I mean, but they're still in the hunt, but they got the Broncos and the Colts. So they're still trying their best. And the Buccaneers lost to the Cowboys 26-24, even though the Cowboys have been eliminated, but the Buccaneers' playoff chances are looking a little slim right now. And the Saints lost to the Packers 34-0 in a shutout, which I think was the first shutout ever for this season, for the 2024-2025 season. So, yeah. So I did pretty well in them picks, and now let's go to Week 17. And first game that we have on tap is our Christmas Day games. The first one we'll just get out of the way. It's going to be this one. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. And Patrick Mahomes is going to look to pretty much get another win for them, and they would be 15-1, and the Steelers at 10-5 coming off that loss against the Ravens, thank God. I hate to do this, but this is a team, where I don't like to Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is something I don't really like to do. These are two teams I don't like to pick to win, but I have to go with one of them. I mean, if it ended in a tie, that'd be pretty interesting too, but I'm pretty sure that will not happen. But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, because for one reason, want the Steelers to lose and the Ravens can get first place and they can be in first place by like a game. And if the Ravens win and Pittsburgh win, then we're still going to be tied for first place. But the Steelers, from what I think I've heard, are going to like own the tiebreaker. Or if the Ravens win and Steelers lose, yeah, that would be much better. But if the Steelers win and we lose, then yeah, that's pretty much like not what I would want. I mean, I just really want it to be, Ravens, in first place rather than the Steelers. But even if we lose, we still clinch the playoff berth. But we'll see about it. But anyway, for the Chiefs and Steelers, I'm gonna go with Chiefs 26 and Steelers 20, just pretty much like that. Then we have the Ravens taking on the Houston Texans in Houston, and of course, Kansas City is a 2.5-point favorite. Baltimore is a 5.5-point favorite, and this should be pretty good. Texans unfortunately lost one of them players that had a pretty bad injury. I forget the guy's name, unfortunately. I mean, I see like his last name, but I just really, unfortunately, cannot really remember his name. I mean, I think his last name is Tank or something, the guy that got hurt during the game. Thoughts and prayers to that player, and hopefully he makes a full recovery because they said it was a pretty bad injury, but he is doing all right from what they said. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Texans, but it should be a pretty good one. I'm going to say Ravens 28 and Texans 19. Then we go on to Thursday Night Football, and that is between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Not really all that much to talk about. It's just a okay game. Well, the Seahawks are looking for a playoff berth pretty much in this, and the Bears, like I said, they've been eliminated. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think their chances are better than the Bears. Seahawks 25 and Bears 14. Then we have Saturday. We have some games on Saturday. We have 3 of them. First one is the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots. Patriots did pretty well against the Bills, but didn't come out with the win. The Chargers at 9-6, looking for a playoff chance. I mean, I think it looks like a pretty good chance for them, and I think that they will get it. I say the Chargers beat the Patriots. I mean, don't think it's really like a blowout or anything like that, but I say Chargers 24 and Patriots 12. Probably seems like a blowout, but it's not. It would be more like 24-0 or 24-3 if it were to be like that. Next, we have the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. These two teams in the AFC also looking for a playoff chance as well, too. I kind of like the Bengals in this one, honestly. I mean, like I said, I like Joe Burrow. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. And the Broncos, Bo Nix. I mean, I haven't really been watching them that much, but Burrow, has been playing for a while because the Bengals are in the AFC North and they play the Ravens quite often. So I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one over the Broncos. Yeah, I think their playoff chances, are looking pretty well. I mean, but the Broncos, they're actually not a favorite. The Bengals are a 3.5-point favorite, and the Chargers are a 4-point favorite. Seahawks are a 3.5-point favorite. Sorry, I'm not going over the favorites and stuff. Apologize about that. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Bengals once again. I say Bengals 30 and Broncos 20, 30-20. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Rams, are in the hunt, and the Cardinals, I think they still are. We got like 2 games left, and I'm actually going to go with the Rams in this one. I like them more. Kyler Murray, has done pretty well, and so is Jared Goff. But I think Goff is going to pretty much outplay him. and Rams pick up the victory 26-17. Rams are a 6.5-point favorite. And now for our Sunday games, we have the New York Jersey Jets taking on the Buffalo Wild Wing Bills, or Buffalo Bills. Bills are a 10-point favorite. Now the Jets, I mean, it's a shame seeing Aaron Rodgers, when this team is struggling. He's been a great quarterback over the years, of course, when he played for the Patriots. The Packers, I'm sorry. It started with a P, but wrong team. I'm going to go with the Bills in this one over the Jets, 30-13. I think this one's going to be like pretty much a blowout. I think it's going to be something like that. Then we have the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tennessee is a 1-point favorite in this one, and I think it's going to be more than a point. I think Titans do get the win in this one. I say 21-14. Then we have the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This matchup, the Buccaneers are just looking to get the win and get into the playoff spot. And probably the other team in the NFC I don't really know exactly what team. I think it's I don't think it's the Commanders. It's another team that's let me see just for oh boy, excuse me. This weather, this weather's very, very cold and make you sleepy. But yeah, I'm all right. Okay, so yeah, the Buccaneers, they're right down there. Well, they're in the NFC South, and the Falcons are also 8-7. So pretty much those two right there are gonna have to battle it out. And the Buccaneers are right now the number 8 seed because the Commanders are at number 7. They got 10 wins. And then the Seahawks. So if both of these teams wind up winning, then yeah, it could be a little bit tough. But anywho, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers in this one. I do like their chances more than the Panthers. I say Buccaneers get it 22-14. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Just not really a great matchup. Just two teams that are eliminated, but it probably could be a good matchup. You never know. It just probably could be something pretty good. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Saints in this one. I think they'll get the win over the Raiders. 19-13. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Cowboys, like I said, have been eliminated. Eagles, pretty much they're trying to see what seed they'll get, either in 1 or 2. But the Lions, are doing pretty well. I think really the Eagles are gonna get the number 2 seed, and Lions will be number 1. But that's for playoff predictions. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles in this one over the Cowboys, and I say 26-20. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jersey Giants. I say the Colts get this one over the Giants. Giants, like I said, are possibly going to be getting that number 1 pick if they wind up losing more games and stuff, and they only get 2 victories. So pretty much I think Giants will get the number 1 pick. Colts get the win 25-12. Now we got the 4 o'clock games, later games. We have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cleveland Browns in the Dog Pound. Battle between the dogs and the fish. Not really a great matchup. Browns only got 3 wins. They're probably fighting, for the number 1 spot or the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. And I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins in this one. Browns only got 3 victories, but the Browns have been doing that for quite some time. The last time they went to the playoffs was probably at least a couple years ago. I don't remember exactly offhand, but I think the Dolphins roll away with this one, 24-14. Then we have the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings, a battle of Brett Favre's two former teams. He also did play for the Falcons and the Jets, but those teams, I mean, the Falcons was like really, really early in his career, and then he got traded to the Packers and played for them from like 1992 till 2007, I want to say, something like that. And the Vikings, he played with them like at the end of his career. The Jets was around like 2009 or something, or 2008, something like that. And the Vikings, once again, was the last team he played for. But should be a pretty good matchup. I mean, surprise. Well, this will be on Fox. It could be like with Tom Brady and the other guy that does the commentary, but I don't know. And I said before, I think Tom Brady does a very good job with commentary. A lot of people may disagree, and a lot of people disagree the way he played football, but still, I think he does a pretty good job. And I like Tony Romo. I know a lot of people don't like him either, or people say, no, he's not all that great. I'm like, well, he's better than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on ESPN. I mean, sorry, not sorry. Thought for sure Joe Buck was going to retire because it was no longer doing baseball on Fox. It's like Tom Verducci and John Smoltz, something like that. But anywho, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings in this one. Yeah, they're having a really good season. They're 13-2, and the Packers at 11-4, but they're still doing pretty good. And I still think the Packers will get into the playoffs. But Vikings get this one 28-20. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. These two are also in playoff contention as well. This is our Sunday night football matchup. I'm going to go with the Commanders, Redskins. I think they will pretty much get the victory. Washington's a 4-point favorite. Minnesota was a 1-point favorite. Dolphins, 6.5-point favorite. Colts, 8-point favorite. And Eagles, 9.5-point favorite. The Raiders actually are a 1-point favorite over the Saints, even though I went with the Saints. Buccaneers are an 8-point favorite. Tennessee is a 1-point favorite over the Jaguars. Bills are a 10-point favorite over the Jets. Rams, 6.5-point favorite over the Cardinals. Sorry that I wasn't really going over that. I just realized it. And Bengals, 3.5-point favorite over the Broncos. Chargers, 4-point favorite over the Patriots. Seahawks, 3.5-point favorite over the Bears. And that's pretty much it. Let's move back to Sunday Night Football. Sorry about that. So once again, I'm going with the Commanders over Falcons. I say Commanders 26 and Falcons 23. I think it will be decided by a field goal. And the last one, which is the Monday Night Football matchup, the day before New Year's Eve, the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. This should be an okay matchup, but the Lions are pretty much unstoppable. I mean, they're 13-2. I mean, they could be a favorite to win the Super Bowl, and they've actually never won the Super Bowl. 49ers have won it several times, but the 49ers, unfortunately, have been eliminated. And I'm going to go with the Lions in this one over the 49ers. I say they get it. I say 26-23, something like that. Yeah, I think that's a good score to go with. I think it's pretty fine to me. It's fine. Fine. Okay, so that is going to do it. Hope everybody enjoyed this video of the Week 16 recap and Week 17 NFL picks. So, thank you again for everybody joining in. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And hope everybody enjoys their Christmas Eve and Christmas. Either if you're enjoying it with your family or friends or pets, if you don't have a family, which is all right too. Or if you have to work, please be safe, whatever you're doing, or if you're serving our country, and please continue to do what you do for serving our country. And everybody be safe as well. If you're drinking anything like that, be sober, get, or if you're going to drink, get an Uber or get somebody to take you home. Don't drink and drive. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Once again, thanks again, everybody, for joining in. You all take care, and thank you again for joining in. Thank you again.